selling servers, PCs, and notebooks.
Great, great.
And we are 22 people.
Okay.
And we are in the small to medium business market.
Great. So why don't you tell folks, because NEM Computer has been, obviously on this transition to a services model for a while. They've been one of the companies that we put on our pilot program for the Intel multi-site director. So why don't you tell everybody kind of what your experience has been like, what it's taken to do the transition, and what's going on.
We started approximately 3 years ago thinking that the margins on hardware is lowering. It's not that a profitable market that it used to be. So we thought we had to go into services, selling services, and it's been quite a change, as you said before, to just go from selling hardware to services. One thing is that we had to change our technical department, getting certifications, our sales department. We had to make contracts and all kinds of stuff. And finishing that, we had to find the right tool to work with. So we tried a lot of different vendors. I'm not going to mention any names, but we tried out different tools. And approximately 1 year ago, we were invited to attend the multi-site director beta program. After working with that for 1 year, we were really satisfied about the product. It's a very good product. Right. It really helped us, getting our business up and running.
So how does it work with customers? Like, what kind of things are, because I know, and I try to impress upon everybody, hey, it's not as simple as a tool. And I think, having Ulrich tell you, hey, I had to do training of my sales team. I had to, I was having a different conversation with customers. That's pretty important, right?
Yeah. It is an easy tool to use. Right. Much easier in setting up a lot of other tools because it's a hosted solution. Yeah. You can have it up and running in a short time, and it's made for management. So it's perfect for small business like us.
So what do the customers like about it? Like, what kind of things, what do you think are some of the top things that they like? What's worked well?
What's worked well is that, I'll give you an example.
Sure.
2 weeks ago, we had a customer calling us, telling us that he had problems with his firewall. And we deployed a technician, and also we decided to go for this customer with the multi-site director. So we deployed a multi-site director agent software on the customer's network. And we had it running there for 2 days or something like that. And then we made a report for the customer. And one thing is that the customer already had a service provider.
Right.
But what we found out with this report was that the patches of their firewalls, they were too old. Some of the servers were, they were also too old, and they were overloaded a lot.
Right.
And software, they had a lot of different software in the network. We found out that they had, besides Microsoft products, they also had, World of Warcraft, all kinds of different software, Pat the Postman, and so on.
Right.
And the worst thing was that we found out that they didn't have any backup. It was a company, with something like 100, it was a transport company with 150 cars, driving around the country. Right. They didn't have any backup. So basically,
they thought they had a backup.
They thought they had a backup. The CEO thought they had a backup. So what happened was that we almost got a blanco check from the CEO of the company.
Right.
So this is going to be one of the tight customers we're going to have in the future for sure.
Fantastic. Well, hey, thanks for coming up and talking about your experience. I appreciate it. Ulrich. Thanks. Thanks to Ulrich from NEM. Thanks, pal. I think it's a great example of somebody who's been at it for a couple of years, who's made the investment in, training his team, focusing on the whole IT solution and the service, not just on the box. And actually, he's finding some pretty creative ways to make money. Are you making money? I didn't ask you. Yeah? You won't tell me how much money you're making, will you? Yeah, I know. Yeah, we got to work on that. In fact, maybe I can come work for you guys. So, no, he's making more money, and I think being very creative about ways to say, hey, I can make money by doing an audit. I can make money by, setting up proactive services, not even just by doing break fix, which is fantastic. So, kind of in summary, I'm really pleased to be launching the Intel Multi-Site Director at this conference. We haven't done it before. We're going into production today. Today is the first day. It's been about 1.5 years worth of work doing the integration on the back end for you guys, putting the infrastructure in place, making it easy. We've done pilots with folks like NEM Computer and other folks around Europe. So, we've gotten some great feedback. We've made our adjustments, and we're ready to go. You can expect this is not a point solution from us. We're going to be doing this for a long time. I'm going to keep improving my pro platforms so that they have more capabilities in the hardware to make your service better, to make it more efficient. And we'll keep adding service modules to Intel Multi-Site Director over time. So when things like we start doing encryption in hardware this year, in 2008, we'll put some encryption gates right in our hardware. And we'll update, after that, we'll update Multi-Site Director so it can do things like encrypt notebooks and desktops right from the software solution so you can help people manage it. So don't think of it as a one-time thing, as a static tool. It's a business we're going to be in for a long time. I'm excited to be in the business. I'm the factory guy responsible for it with the guys in the region. And, you know, I would encourage you all, you know, it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to show in PowerPoint. We don't have a ton of time. We're showing it on the showcase floor. So Multi-Site Director is on the floor. There is a class where you can actually see it, touch it, feel it, learn how to use it, find out if if it's right for you guys, if it's the right fit. Obviously, give us feedback. You know, not just my presentation, but give us feedback on what you'd like to see. You're going to come up with all sorts of great ideas on how to make money and things that you'd like to see us do with this tool, this capability. We're happy to go work on them. So please register today if you're interested. Register. You can do it on the showcase floor. You could do it on the web. And I want to encourage you all to use it. So with that, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention. Thank you very much. Hope you have a great conference.